Hey, good morning, everybody, and Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Day. Beautiful day here in Florida. Not a cloud in the sky. Crisp, low 70s. Super cool out this morning, for me at least. And just beautiful day to go for a stroll, go for a little walk and talk, and kind of look at where we've been, what's going on, and what's in the past, and what's in the future. I don't normally get sentimental about things like this at end of year and year in review and New Year's resolutions and all that, but it's been an interesting year. Personal wise, business wise, it's been fantastic. Business is doing good, family's good, everybody's healthy. Um, so at the home front, things are good and stable. Got a bunch of projects at the house I got to finish up. Um, you know, Wife saw me pretty good about some of these, so I'm gonna have to buckle down a little bit, get some of that stuff done this spring. But um, yeah, health wise, good. Business, grew really well this year. We're in the new building, so we certainly have a stronger customer base on the storage side of things. Maintenance side of the company probably was flat for the year, which is fine with me. But I think this year going forward, we're going to have to look at bringing somebody on board, full time tech. Truck side of the company, I probably was down a bit, and that was by choice. Got a little burnt out in the truck this year. But with the acquisition of the new truck and financial commitment on that, I got to make that ring the cash register. So we're going to be focusing probably a little heavier on the truck this year. So maybe do some more vlogs in the truck and all that. But not pumping the channel here, more just kind of give a little retrospect on 2025. And again, like I said, I don't normally get into these kind of things, but couple of couple downers this year that really have kind of hung on my head past few days, which is not like me. Um, you know, Piping hot caffeinated beverage. Lost Adam the Woo, great YouTuber. I followed that dude since he was even on YouTube. He had a website, adventures and exploring, and man, what just an awful thing. Went to bed one day, never woke up. As of today, we don't know what actually happened to him, but um, and super sad. He was 51, I'm 54. So probably probably in similar physical shapes together. So we'll kind of circle back to that here in a second. But and then the Biff, Greg Biffle. Biff wasn't somebody I followed in NASCAR. He was kind of one of those dudes that, in the Roush years, he was kind of in the way of your driver, but never really had an opinion of him either way. But, when he retired, honestly, just didn't even notice. He, he started YouTube, because of Cletus, and that's how I got to know him. And, he seemed pretty darn green. So it was kind of his personality and awkwardness came through, but the dude was there, honest and wholesome. And, his channel was growing. And, it just, I can't, that probably weighed pretty heavy on me when that happened. He was in his plane with his wife and two kids, and they knew they had a problem. And it just kind of haunts me a little bit to think about, his wife and two kids looking to him as, you're the man, you're the fix everything, do all guy, and they got to be looking to him going, are we going to be okay? And God only knows in those last moments of terror when they probably knew it wasn't going good. Um, Hopefully it was quick for them and, didn't feel anything. And, just your whole family to go out like that, just, man, really rattled me. So, kind of those things in mind, I don't normally, again, kind of reflect on what's happened for the year and what's ahead. And, personally, I just kind of buckle down, do my work and go. Um, a couple of years ago, I got concerned about the financial future of my family if something was to happen to me. So I've made arrangements and life insurance and things like that so that they're well cared for if something was to happen to me. But it's just, again, that gap of that personal loss. It's just, there's no replacement for that. Um, I look at YouTube past couple of days, the people around Adam DeWoo's closest friends. These people are heartbroken, and it's outpouring of gut wrenching uh, love and emotion. Some of these videos I've seen. His buddy Justin Scar, never a big fan of him. He's a little not my flavor, but man, that dude just poured it out on a video the other day, just about the honesty of his friend. And um, his friend Daphne, the girl that he hung out with, did videos with. I mean, that girl's wrecked. I mean, absolutely wrecked. Man, if you know her, or someone knows her, man, check on that girl. She's in a bad place. But anyway, so it got me to kind of thinking. The Biff, he was building a YouTube channel that was documenting some just a side of him nobody knew. Everybody knew him from a NASCAR driver, and off the track, nobody knew who that dude was. He had so much going on in his life, multidimensionally, behind the scenes, that you never knew who this dude was until he picked up a camera because of Cletus. And there's a year and a half, I guess, of his life that's been documented really well. And then you look at the legacy of Adam DeWoo. Adam's got, God, I don't even know the number, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years of videos. That dude's life is locked out there permanently forever. And, no married, no kids, not married, no kids, kind of like that's it for him. So it made me think about something that Parker Mitchell had told me when he and I were talking about YouTube videos. He's like, listen, if I don't make any money on this, it doesn't bother me. He goes, I'm just documenting myself. And it didn't really sink in what he said until just recently. He made a really good point. I'm mentally, emotionally close to my mom's father. My grandfather passed away a long time ago. I don't think I was even 19, 20 years old. But I was always drawn to him because of World War II and him serving in the military and fighting in the Battle of Normandy and landing on the beach and being wounded. And Christy and I went to Normandy a couple of years ago, kind of just got down on the beach by myself for a moment and, kind of held the dirt in my hands of, this is where he was, and to connect emotionally, physically like that, kind of struck home for me. So kind of circling back, with YouTube, you have that ability now that generations beyond me, if somebody wants to see who you are, I mean, what a better source? I mean, from the horse's mouth, no pun intended, I mean, you can physically look, watch, hear, understand, hear the mannerisms, hear the speech patterns, everything, all the way down to the gray in my beard that I dye, and it's just going to document your life, and you can do all the, DNA testings, 23andMe, look at your family tree, but, to sit down and go, hey, that's my great grandfather there, rambling, talking about boats or, whatever. To me, that's just priceless. So I think YouTube people are so focused on the monetary side of it and getting the views and getting the subs. I think I subscribe to Parker's idea. I don't care if the subs come. I don't care if the views come. But as long as there's a Google, as long as there's electricity, as long as there's servers, this is documented forever. And that's kind of cool. So I think that's my mindset going forward with videos, is just they are what they are. Here I am, press record, and there it goes into the archives. So I know it's a little bit heavy, I guess, for a Christmas morning, but like I said, I'm not a sentimental guy. I'm not a let's push the review button. I'm not a let's set some goals for next year type guy. But I'm super glad I did the 30-day upload challenge. That worked out really well. Certainly taught me to be a little bit better with some things. And, you know, in that same frame of mind, I may set forth a little physical challenge for myself. Not sure what it is yet, but, with Adam going out, it reminded me of a friend that I had, Ryan. Shout out TTZ. Lost him about 8 years ago, something like that. Man, dude, picture of health, ripped, fit, lived a healthy lifestyle, and heart condition, just tapped out. Girlfriend came home one morning and he was struggling on the couch, having just massive heart failure, and didn't make it. And I kind of suspect that I suspect that's what we may see with Adam. So I'm not saying live every day like it's last, but hug your loved ones, hug your people around you, hug your family. You never know. So with that frame of mind, I think that I need to just set some new direction for myself. We're not going to say goals. We're not going to say challenge. We're not going to say, New Year's resolutions. Just need to push a little bit better. It's hard for me to, as labor as intensive as my job is sometimes, it's hard for me to focus on wanting to be physical and wanting to do exercises and things like that. Hate the gym, hate running. I don't like it. Love food. It's probably my worst crutch in life. I don't eat right as well as I should. So I think I'm just going to make a one-day focus every day, Let me see if I can do something every day physical, whether it's a walk or a basic exercise, or see if I can build some new patterns. So I'm going to focus on that a little bit. It's tough to eat healthy. I tend to grab a lot of food out on work all day, and just filling the gap is all I do, unfortunately. So I need to put more effort into that. Maybe being grounded with the new shop, the kitchen. Maybe just pack some meals, eat a little bit better during the day. Focus on that, and just see if I can move the needle a little bit more to the keep it together side of things. So, yeah. So that's my ramble. Appreciate you guys. If you made it this far, tuning in for the walk and talk. Just kind of felt like maybe just talking this out may just take that weight off my head, and just move it in the past and spin it to something more productive, something that is more tangible, instead of just lingering, because I am the king of compartmentalizing things. I can file something away, throw it in the box, put it in file 87, and never comes out again. Maybe this one I had to talk out. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm getting sentimental. Maybe I'm, I guess I'm just getting old. I'm going to be 54 this year. So, I think 54, right? 2026, I'm going to be 55. Jeez. Getting up there. So, anyways, well, yeah. I know we said it before, but hug the people around you. Tell them you love them. Tell them you're grateful for them. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for where you are. And we'll see you on the next one.